Welcome to Veterans Voice, where we highlight programs and services that support our veterans. I'm James Mabel. Military experience teaches flexibility and adaptability, two important soft skills in today's fast-moving business environment. The rental industry is looking for people with just those skills. And so we have Erica Singleton, with the Rental Industry Workforce Development Manager for the American Rental Association, joins us to talk about those opportunities. Welcome, Erica.
Hi, James. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, so tell us, what is the ARA, the American Rental Association?
Okay, thanks for asking. Well, the American Rental Association is the largest trade association representing the rental industry, which is heavy equipment and event rental. So for heavy equipment, we're talking your skid steers, your backhoes, your scissor lifts, things like that that people use to build homes, to repair streets, to do anything around, right? So, but the event side of things, we're talking tables, chairs, tents, linen. We are the ones that bippity boppity do it all for your party and event rental. So we do both sides of heavy equipment and event rental.
And so can you provide a little bit more detail about that? You specialize in obviously an area of the economy that is just in constant demand regarding large equipment rental and event rentals.
Sure. So we represent the members who own companies in that industry. So for us, we're talking United, Herc, Sunbelt, Sun State. We're talking your party rental places like Singleton Party Rental, things like that. So we're able to keep things moving because we realize that, you know, people now would rather rent them by. So for us, this was a very large year for us where we actually had great results with our profits this year. So if you don't know, we are a $63 billion industry. And yes, I said $billion industry. Okay.
Wow.
So the rental industry is very large. And because of that, we're able to offer competitive wages to those who are seeking a career in the rental industry.
And just so everyone understands, 63 billion, that's a huge industry. So I'm going to use like construction, for example. You rent out bulldozers, earth moving equipment as well?
Yes, we do all of that. So think about it like this. A lot of your construction companies really don't own a lot of that equipment. So they choose to use companies that are members of the association to complete those type of projects.
Interesting. Now I know, you see a lot of these projects and you're driving out, building bridges, subdivisions, and you're seeing these huge, machines that are being used, and you're wondering, like, does the company own that? So obviously they may come through your organization to rent out that equipment.
That is correct.
So tell us about the student membership that you're offering and the resources that the membership affords students.
Oh, sure. So we are offering a student membership to all students in high school, in tech school, and in college to encourage that career in rental pathway. So what comes with that is this is a free membership that all students get. They're able to gain access to our job board, which now we have over 4,000 open positions posted. They're able to tap into free training, which we offer something called Intro to Rental certification. It is a free trade association certification that students get to take and add that on their resume. And then that will actually help them be more comfortable in an interview if they choose to apply for those open positions. We also offer networking opportunities. We have something called the Young Professionals Network, where they're able to get a mentor or talk more with some of the industry leaders on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and things like that. And lastly, we offer scholarships. So last year we gave out over $125,000 worth of scholarships that students were able to utilize to further their education.
Thank you for sharing that. And Back to your job board. Who is posting these type of opportunities on your job board?
That's a good question. Who's not posting their job opportunities on our job board? We have over 5,000 now, James. So you have companies like United, you have Herc, you have Sunbelt, you have Sun State, you have your other local rental companies who is renting. I know when I was in the Texas region, we had Easy Equipment Rental that was using it, and other of our local members who have smaller stores who is on there. So they're able to find positions that range from auto mechanic, diesel mechanic, customer service, accounting. We have some positions on there for drivers, and for drivers, please note that it's not just for a CDL. We do have some driving positions that you do not need that license with. So we have something for everyone that is currently on our job board.
Sounds like a very large job board. You mentioned 5,000 opportunities for students and veterans.
It is, yeah. So, and then also, we have added something new to the job board, which is the apprenticeships. So students are able to get on there and kind of see, well, maybe I'm not job ready. Maybe I want to kind of start slowly and get into an apprenticeship program. And we have those as well on that job board.
And the beauty of apprenticeships is students, are getting on the job training while they're working in the position, right?
Yes, yes. This is a way that they're able to start off using those soft skills that they have, and then kind of learn those on the job roles, by training under someone. So this is a very beneficial program, because they're able to get more empowered in what they choose to kind of go into by working closely with someone.
Excellent. And, you're speaking about apprenticeships, obviously accounting, you mentioned other types of job opportunities in there. How would those fit into certain majors that are offered at Houston Community College? You mentioned quite a few types of jobs.
Yeah.
And there's some top careers that I'm sure a lot of your partners are hiring for. How would they kind of be connected to the majors that we offer at HCC?
Sure. So I would put it to you like this, for any student who is out there and they're interested in some of the careers that we have. If you are, in school for construction tech, I would highly suggest you kind of tune into some of the sales positions that that we have, only because you're able to kind of hear some of the needs of a potential customer. If they're coming in and trying to build a additional room, you have that knowledge and say, well, I know you'll probably need to rent this, and this. So you're able to kind of steer them in that direction. So a sales position would work great for someone who is in construction tech and things like that. For those who are in welding, we have some positions for you in the, in the repair field. So you're able to kind of hear things that, so you're able to work in the shop, fixing on large equipment and working with them on how to fix things. So for those who are in auto tech, diesel tech, for those who are in accounting, logistics, come on now, like we need, every major, we can kind of, find something for you.
Erica, thank you so much for sharing information about the American Rental Association and the job opportunities, as well as the student membership. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So after the break, we learned how HCC gets America trucking.
What does moving forward look like? Houston Community College has hundreds of choices, small class sizes, and personalized support to help you do just that. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Welcome back to Veterans Voice. As COVID shifts into an endemic phase, the global economy is still trying to shake off supply chain issues and adjust to new patterns of buying and selling. This has created a need for more truck drivers. And Martin Garci, HCC's Program Director for Commercial Truck Driving, joins us to discuss this topic. Hello, Martin.
Hello. Thanks for having me on, James.
Thank you for joining. So, talk to us about the current demand for truck drivers. I hear it a lot. I've seen all sorts of commercials on TV, and if you're driving around Houston, you see signs and ads on trucks. Does America need truck drivers?
Absolutely. The American Trucking Association, which has the best statistics that out there, say that we're about 80,000 drivers short, and they look for that to grow because of the supply chain demands. So they're saying that probably over the next 10 years, there will need 1 million truck drivers. Some of that's due to expansion. Some of it's due to aging population of the workforce. The average truck driver is about 47 to 52 years old, something like that. So they're in the process of getting closer to retirement. So those will need to be replaced in the very near future.
Wow, sounds like there's going to be a definite uptick in the need for truck drivers coming up. Tell me, how do these companies, or I should say, why do these companies want to hire veterans specifically?
Well, veterans, as we know, they've gone through a lot of training. Most people that's come out been in there a minimum of 4 years. And so they're used to training. They're used to being able to be deployed into something. They're used to being away from home. They're used to hard work. And there's just a lot of good principles that they've already learned, and they take that into the job market. Companies, a lot of your major companies have military recruiters that do nothing but go to the military bases and work the job fairs where veterans are getting out of the service, and try to lure them into their company. And they provide training for them. Many of them come through Houston Community College. We're very fortunate that we get to see a lot of veterans come through our program.
That's awesome to hear. And just so everyone is aware, how lucrative is the industry? How are they paying veterans, or I should say, paying anyone with the skill set to be a truck driver?
Well, the wages have gone up significantly, and COVID, if it did anything positive, it put a positive light on truck driving. The need for truck drivers would become very evident. I think everybody saw that the shortage of a lot of goods and services was due to many things, but the truck driver was the one that brought the products to the store shelves and that type of thing. And so that become very obvious to people, the importance of that. And with that, companies needed to hire more people. And so in order to be competitive in the job market, just not the trucking industry, most companies have had substantial raises over the last 3 years, sometime 2 and 3 a year. So the average right now starting is, I think they're advertising somewhere around 52 to 55,000 for a Class A truck driver. Most truck drivers are going to make more than that. I like to highlight a young man that went to our program about 8 years ago. He told me last year coming up this year, he'll make about $118,000. Now let's be fair, he works. It works a lot, but the money's there, the opportunity's there.
It sounds like it, and you cannot beat that. 6 figures driving trucks.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And HCC has a great VA program and office to assist veterans in this regard. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. There's several different programs, and I'm not familiar with the actual details of all of them, but HCC has a great veterans program, and some of them actually include benefits such as housing allowance while they're in school, and many of the same things that if they were going through an academic course are available to them when they go through a continuing education course, a shorter course like truck driving. And so I would encourage people to contact our VA department. It's on our website, very easy to find, and go through that and get your benefits established before you would start to a program and see exactly what all you qualify for. Many times, there's just a lot of help and benefits, and our staff is very schooled in that and can help you point you in the right direction, make sure that you maximize your benefits.
Excellent advice. And HCC has new entry-level driver training standards that have been implemented by the federal government earlier this year. Can you explain how HCC meets and exceeds all of those requirements for the program?
Absolutely. Back in 2015, there was a group of people that was brought in by the federal government, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, and hats off to HCC administration that allowed me to be a part of that. And so it was a congressional mandate to establish mandatory entry-level driver training standards that everyone should be trained at least to the same minimum. And so it took a while for that to come into effect, but in February 7th of this year, that became a law or a regulation. And so Houston Community College has taught to that standard for many years now. But we are considered, one of the better schools. And that's by our student population. That's by the industry recognition. As far as we know, every company that will hire a student will hire a student from Houston Community College. We meet and exceed those minimum requirements.
Awesome. Martin, as someone is thinking about, getting their CDL, can you tell us something, a takeaway or something they should keep in mind before going forward and going through with it?
Well, I would encourage you to look, there's so much information online, and you have to sometimes sift through it to see what's real and not real. But to find a school that's been in, that has a good reputation, it's been in there for a while, I would also ask for a student to maybe consider looking at the job opportunities that's out there. And you can sift through there. The major companies, all the major companies, over-the-road companies, pretty much all hire students. They have excellent training programs that follow up from our training and give that student a lot more training, usually 4 to 6 weeks of training on the job. So I would suggest that you go to work for someone that has a good safety record, has good equipment, and it really cares about the driver. And there's a lot of information out there that you can just start sifting through, kind of get an idea of what you want to do after you get out of school. But before going to school, just do your research and find a good school that's going to provide all the things that you need, that's a good fit for you, the time that you go. We try to make it very easy for the students by doing the evening classes where that if people's working, want to upgrade their skill, a person's working, wants to come on the weekends or full-time during the day so they can go to work much quicker.
Martin Garcia with the HCC Truck Driving Program. Thank you so much for your feedback and advice today.
Thank you for having me.
After the break, we learned how a military spouse is finding homes for heroes.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
911, where's your emergency?
I just got my best friend on the
Welcome back to Veterans Voice. The concept of home is very important to service members and veterans. We're joined by Ava Marie Wolf, a realtor with RE/MAX Elite Properties, and Dee Dee Wims with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage to talk about Homes for Heroes. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Excellent. So what is Homes for Heroes? What is it about?
Homes for Heroes is an organization that started after 9/11, and it was started as a thank you to all those people who basically gave their lives and who give their lives and in service to us. And so it's those people, the people that the firefighters, the people in the healthcare industry, all those people that do so much for us. And we now want to give them thanks for what they do for us. So as a realtor, and I feel like I'm just talking here and not making much sense, but as a realtor and as a mortgage professional, what can we do? So we give money back to these local heroes in the form of a rebate every time they buy or sell a home. So it started after 9/11, and that is what we do as Homes for Heroes. We give money back in the form of a rebate.
Is there a minimum home purchase in order for a veteran to get the rebate?
Absolutely not. And it is a rebate based on the sales price of the home. So if your home is $100,000, it is based on that sales price. But if it is a $1.2 million home, it's also based on that sales price. So the bigger the price of the home, the bigger the rebate check.
Does a veteran or service member have to use or go through Home for Heroes, a Home for Heroes realtor in order to get the rebate?
Yes, they do. So I have some information. Hopefully it will be attached to this. So you do have to make that commitment as a realtor to sign up through Homes for Heroes. And it is a big commitment as a realtor. I give up my commission in order to do that. And I also pay Homes for Heroes to be a part of that organization. So it is a commitment. And Dee Dee, as she is a loan originator, she is part of the loan part of it. And I don't necessarily know what she does on her side, but I do know on my side, I give a part of my commission to do that.
And go right ahead.
On the lending side, it's not a rebate. What you receive is a credit on the closing disclosure. For our military heroes, when you use your VA loan, there's a huge chunk, the origination fee, that you're not charged when you utilize your VA loans. So that's the benefit of going through the Homes for Heroes program. So you're getting a benefit on both sides. You're getting the realtor benefit as well as on the lending side.
And how does a veteran go about ensuring that they get the rebate?
So they do need to sign up. And so a veteran would have to sign up. Now, anytime I know I'm dealing with a veteran, I sign them up. I don't care if they've signed up through Homes for Heroes. If I find out they're a veteran, I'm signing them up because I want them to get the rebate. Or anytime I have a hero of any kind, I sign them up. But if you're listening to this program, there is a QR code that I'm hoping will be attached to this. And that is how if you sign up through the QR code, then it will take you directly to the website and you will be directed straight to that. And then you sign up and then there you go. You are automatically going to be in the system and you will get a rebate. No strings attached, nothing. You don't have to do anything. You did what you were supposed to do. You are a hero. You get the rebate.
And you mentioned that the realtor is partially losing some of the commission, so it is a significant commitment. But why do you do it? And you and Dee Dee, why did you all decide to do this?
It is very near and dear to my heart because my husband is a veteran. So when I started the real estate business, I wanted to do something that had some significance to the veteran community. So that was when I found out about this, then I was very excited. That was something I wanted to do for the veteran community. An added benefit is there are other heroes that get the benefit of the rebate. But the veteran community is really who I'm very passionate about, because my husband's a veteran. And then his grandfather, his father, his grandfather, there's a long line of veterans in my family. On my side too, my grandfather and my uncles are my Uncle Philip, my Uncle Jeff, my cousin, lots of veterans. But certainly my husband, first and foremost. So that would be the reason why I did.
The reason I chose to participate in the program is overall, I think it's great that they acknowledge not just the heroes that you automatically think of, your first responders, your military, your medical professionals, but particularly for me, I enjoyed to see that they included teachers. To take it even further, included in all of this, they included the administrative staff. So that means if you work for the VA office and you didn't necessarily, you work in the front office at, the hospital, you're included in that medical professional. So you get those benefits. If you work in the front office at a school, you're included in the teacher. So you get those benefits. So it's not like your standard, let's say, to get your VA loan, there's a lot you have to do to get those benefits, and you deserve them. But this is not that type of program where you have to go through all this underwriting. You just have to show me, hey, you work in this line of work and you are considered a community hero and you will get these benefits. So that's why I signed up, and that's what I appreciate about it.
I want to thank both Dee Dee and Ava for sharing information about Homes for Heroes, and kudos to you all for providing this service to veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information on any of the organizations and services you've seen on the program today, visit our website at hccs.edu/VeteransVoice. An audio version of this show is available on Apple Podcasts. Just search for the HCC TV Podcast Network and then hit the subscribe button. For everyone here at HCC TV, thank you for joining us on Veterans Voice.